learned from the lesson. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a live, but I still reinvest it. Fear how I feel, then you feel it's a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Today, I want to talk about why I think Stellar Lumens XLM can go to $5. Now, a lot of people have asked me about this. I recently made a big purchase. This one says $33 there, but we put about $20,000, and I'm actually down on it when I'm making this video, but I want to talk about Stellar, but overall, just the general crypto market, the top 3, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and just how the crypto market is moved and why I decided to go with Stellar versus some of the other picks. Now, if you have not watched this channel, if you guys don't know about me, I have been investing in Bitcoin and Ethereum since about 2015. So if you go on this channel, you will watch videos 5 years ago telling you all about it. I really, really love Ethereum. And if you've been watching Bitcoin and Ethereum, even this account, this is one of many that we have. But since the beginning of the year, it has really gone up. And then you even see what happened in February. It already doubled from there. And then recently, it just keeps going higher and higher. So if you've been watching Bitcoin, Ethereum, even Ripple, every single cryptocurrency has gone up a lot, and now a lot of these altcoins, they have gone crazy, and there's a reason why I chose Stellar above a lot of the other ones. And now even when you look at the fundamentals of it, there's a reason why Stellar could actually go to $5, and this is what I want to explain. So I want to use this video to go over some really basic stuff, talk about Stellar in general, give you some of the reasons why I like it, and then also even just talk about risk management as far as building out a position with crypto and why I decided to take a certain risk on a certain riskier coin versus doubling down on the Bitcoin, Ethereum like I always have. So I think this is going to be a good video. I think there's a lot to learn, and you'll at least get a takeaway as to why I bought so much Stellar amongst other things. But I also hope the logic makes you realize here that none of this is a recommendation. Option trading in crypto is extremely risky. Financial advice, no purpose, only thing to play. But in all seriousness, I'm very biased if I'm making this video. You see I have a huge position. I do not plan to sell any of this. Again, I've been holding crypto and a lot of it for a very, very long time. But that being said, do not get any FOMO. I mean, even with crypto, it's a very volatile industry. I believe if you don't have an opportunity now, there will be some point in the future you will be able to get in at a good price. So do not FOMO, do not chase. And hopefully what you learn from this video, you could take it and apply it to other stuff. It doesn't have to be just Stellar in general, and you would be able to use the information and go from there. So right off the bat, I want to explain the number one basic thing. If I'm saying Stellar could go to at least $5, what does that imply with the market cap? So currently at 50 cents, this has a market cap of 12 billion, and not going to lie to you, for something you don't really know about, that is still very, very large. But the circulating supply is 23 billion. So we'll keep this simple math. If this goes to $1 and you have a circulating supply of 23 billion, that means the market cap is 23 billion. That's why 50 cents currently gives you a market cap of 12 billion. So if we went to $5 a token, times that by 23 billion, that puts you at about 5 times 23, a little bit over $100 billion. So that is not too bad, but that is still relatively high. To put that into perspective, Starbucks right now here today has a market cap of about $134 billion. So 100 billion may not sound like a lot. It's definitely not a trillion, but that would even be a third of the market cap of Ethereum right now. So $5 would take a lot to get there. However, it is not assuming too much. And my logic here is that you start to see a crypto boom and you start to see everything continue, Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as just the overall general stock market, even in real estate markets, well then $100 billion with inflation may not be that much. However, this is one of the main factors I'm looking at because again, with this circulating supply, the current price, it is possible. So the probability may not be too high now, but you are more possible and probable than some of the alternatives. So why do I really, really like this? You know, again, this is one of the main factors you want to understand. What is the current price? What is the circulating supply? What would it take? What sort of valuation to get to some price levels, especially if you're looking at it saying, hey, if I want to buy it at 50 cents, if I think it's going to go to $1, $2, $5, what would that necessarily imply? So now comparing this to something like DOGECOIN, at one point last week or in the last month when it really went crazy, it hit a market cap of about 40 or 50 billion dollars. But even with that valuation and even everybody talking about it and all that, that was only 30 or 40 cents because there is a circulating supply of hundreds of billions as opposed to 20 23 billion, but 23 billion is still a lot. But to put that into context, that means if you had a market cap of 48, 50 million, times this by 4, that would put Stellar at $2 a coin. So this is one of the best things I like about this, because this is one of those higher supply tokens, but even getting in a range from 50 cents to even $1, $4, $5 like that, I'm not saying that it's going to be worth trillions of dollars, but at the same time, if there is any sort of bubbliness or a wave, I could still benefit off of that. Now, that is one of the main reasons why I like it, but there's also a couple of other reasons that make Stellar stand out to me. One, and I've brought this up, this isn't as fundamental, and some people are like, wait, why does this make sense? But this is the number 3 cryptocurrency that is being held on Coinbase. So it goes Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then ironically enough, or surprisingly, XLM, Stellar, Lumens. So at one point, this used to be Ripple, and then Ripple had the problem, or there was even Litecoin, all of that. But the point is, Stellar may not have the biggest market cap, it may not be the most active, but on one of the biggest crypto exchanges, Coinbase, this is the number 3 actively held cryptocurrency in all of the wallets. So why this is good? Because when you're looking at that circulating supply, that means this is already held by a lot of people. There's a lot of demand that is already in there. Now, the counter to that, and what a lot of people say is, well, Coinbase was giving it away. I even got some of my Stellar by doing some of the questions here. You could go get free money by answering it, but I don't see this as a negative. I see this as a positive, because now if this thing does get traction, a lot of people are already going to have access and holding onto it. But this is my theory. I could be wrong. This is not confirmed. I think that Stellar is linked to Coinbase in some way, because Coinbase offers a debit card with like rewards. They'll pay you in Bitcoin rewards, or you could receive them in Stellar. So I think they're pretty much linking themselves to this. If you know what BNB coin is, that was Binance's cryptocurrency. I'm kind of seeing Stellar as taking that role, because again, there's a reason why it's number 3 and being held by a lot of people. Now, if you even come back to this portfolio, and if you've ever watched any of my crypto videos, you see this portfolio again. It's been an epic gain. We've done a lot, and this is only one of many that I have, but there's nothing really crazy in this portfolio. It's literally Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Ripple. So if you don't know what's going on with Ripple, you cannot purchase Ripple anymore on Coinbase. We're going to find out here, I believe, over this weekend what's going to happen. But now this is one of the other reasons why I like Stellar, because not only is Stellar in the number 3 spot, it has a similar protocol and operation as XRP. It's pretty much XRP's little brother, and some of the people that used to work with XRP are actually working with Stellar now. So this is important to me because, one, it gives it some of that use value. It could put it up there, but now there's always been kind of this big 3 in crypto. It's been Bitcoin, Ethereum. Some people have said Litecoin, this and that, but there's always been space for some of these currency type facilitation coins with a bigger supply. That's where Ripple came in. So at some point, I'm looking for that big 3/3, and now this is what made me decide to go with Stellar and to do so now. And now that brings me to the point of, why did I decide to buy it? You know, why did I really just go put $20,000 into some altcoin, shitcoin, whatever you want to call it? And this has a lot of risk. I mean, this is the problem here, and this is really what I want to show you. I've talked about this before on stream. I've brought it up again. I have other investments. I'm playing a different investment theory. I am worried about inflation. I've used Bitcoin and Ethereum as a gauge for inflation. That stuff is really, really important to me. But at the end of the day, there's just a very simple risk to reward proposition, and that is, how do you react and trade crypto in this market, especially when crypto has been moving faster than it ever has. So I have a different financial situation. I'm doing different stuff, and I'm trying to set up differently. So I've said this in the past. I pretty much got Ripple because I have everything else. You know, I've been buying Bitcoin since $300, Ethereum since $8. I have a dividend portfolio, stocks, real estate. And if you've been watching this channel for the last couple years, you've probably got the same exact thing. That's why we try to give you guys this information. But the main point of that is to understand here is that if I'm going after a high risk token or a high risk investment, I'm even putting in something like $20,000. You know, this is the problem you're going to see with a lot of crypto right now. Every single one of these tokens is up substantially, even since the beginning of the year. XLM was at 15 cents. To go spend $20,000 at 50 cents, 40 cents, that is absolutely insane. You're buying at the top. But this is the main point here now, because if you even go look at Ethereum or Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin was literally at $23,000. If you guys have been watching these videos here, I made 2 different purchases at the beginning of the year. We even got Bitcoin at 10,000 in August, bought more in January, February, and then it doubled up since there. And then even same thing with Ethereum. So everything has this risk right now. I'm already heavy in on Bitcoin and Ethereum, even have exposure to Ripple. Ripple has some of the legal stuff. This is where Stellar comes into it now, because I'm saying, hey, if I've gotten in on every wave pretty much once every 3 months, I've been able to get in on the inflation wave of all of these cryptos. Now, as you get into the 3rd, 4th wave, wave and more time goes on and it's already compounding how much higher you are, there's going to be more and more risk at the top. So you don't want to put in large amounts of money because there's going to be a lot more risk even if it fluctuates a little bit. But my logic here and why I decided to go with Stellar, and even putting it into context with all of this, is that if I went and got more Ethereum or Bitcoin at this point, even with $20,000, I'm still buying in at the top. I could still lose 30, 40, 50% and have it come pummeling down. But now the upside is going to be a little bit more limited. So if I didn't own any Bitcoin or Ethereum, I would not buy any Stellar. I would rather get my hand in the cookie jar and something that is stronger, more lasting. But now I've already acquired all of this. Again, since August, I did not buy any more Bitcoin or Ethereum for almost 4 or 5 years. But given what is going on with the world, the inflation, the money supply, all of that, and even the Bitcoin halving, not to mention what's going on with Ethereum, all that, I decided to start coming in. But at the end of the day, a lot of the cryptos were in the gutter about 12 months ago. You know, Ethereum was even at $100. So this is the risk here, and this is why I'm even saying why I decided to go with XLM and why them now and why them with such a large amount of money, because I've already got the other stuff. And even in the short amount of time, just this year, even in the last month or two, any of the other bigger purchases I've made, they've already doubled up. So if I want to get money deployed, put money to work here, I want to go with something that has more 5, 10x potential than something that could go up another 20, 50, 100%, but would take a lot more money. Again, back to the beginning of what I showed you, it would take, you know, for another 30, 40, 50% on Bitcoin or Ethereum, you know, we're talking hundreds of billions, if not almost $1 trillion, whereas 100 billion in this situation brings you up at 10x investment from where we're at right now. So if I'm going to take the big risk and buy the inflated asset, I need to make sure the reward is there. But in nature, that is the definition of gambling or speculation. So that's my idea. If anything, if I did put this money a couple weeks ago into Ethereum, I would have already made 30 or 40%, whereas you guys see here at this position, put $20,000 and I'm down. And now I'm sure a lot of you are asking, what did I pay for it? You can see all of the purchases here. It doesn't tell you the cost basis on mobile. It does for me, but I got the first 25,000 XLM. That was like the first 15,000 at 57 cents. Then I got 5,000 at 52 cents and then another 5,000 at 49 cents. And that's like a rough average. But as you see here, the total that I'm holding in Stellar brings us to 35,521 of the Stellar tokens, coins, whatever you want to call it. But I plan to hold this for a decent amount of time. I mean, if I can make it free, I will consider that. But usually with some of these cryptos, I'm just holding them and I'm playing a broader inflation wave. And like I'm saying here, I put a lot of money to work and I've already gotten a lot of gains even in the short term. So now I'm diversifying out and giving myself exposure to higher returns while essentially taking the same risk I would take all across the board in crypto. Again, everything in crypto is already up 10x. So you're going to buy the top on everything. At this point, I better make sure I could at least get some decent reward. Now, like I said, if you guys don't own any of the other good quality stuff, I wouldn't really make this as my first crypto investment. I think you should know a little bit more about crypto and understand, or at least have a strategy in play. Again, if anything, scaling in and keeping it small won't hurt. I mean, again, when I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum, I didn't always fully understand it, but I encourage you to not really fly blind on this, and you could put a little bit more information, or at the very least, don't go too crazy like I just showed you at the beginning of the video. Even for this to do what I'd want it to do, and hopefully would do, even if it did go to $5, this company would have to be as valuable as Starbucks. So keep that in mind. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully you see the reasons why XLM could be a standout. Again, XRP's little brother. There's already a lot of demand, and even just the risk management, understanding the overall crypto market. Now you're buying everything at the top, so I'm going for a certain level of risk to reward here. So I hope this video helps. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you need any follow-up videos, let me know as well. I would love to answer it, and hopefully you guys are building out your portfolios and getting those long terms. And check us out on stream. If you like the video, drop a thumbs up. If not, I hope you're blessed either way, baby. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on the watch list tomorrow, baby. Have a wonderful day.